Welcome to Guatape!
So this is definitely the most popular tourist destination for both locals and international travelers in Colombia. And so today we are going to be going around and trying some of the more touristy things to do here in Guatape.
And we're going to try to see if this town lives up to the hype. If you've ever considered coming to Colombia, there's a good chance you've seen photos of this rock.
That's right, so the Penon de Guatape, or the Piedra del Penol, depending on who you ask, is located about 10 minutes from Guatape, but a lot of people actually come here from Medellin as a day trip because it's only like 2 hours to get here.
Yeah, exactly. And not only does this rock look super cool from the distance, but you can actually climb all of these stairs to the very tippy top. So that's what we're gonna do now. Gracias. Gracias.
Nice, double film.
Inception. Look at these stairs. Uh-oh.
Time to start the climb.
Yeah, 659 stairs, the sign said, so.
659.
Yeah, less than we thought. I thought it was over 700, so we're all good. Not way too warm. It's off.
300.
Woo! Almost halfway.
Almost halfway. Goes really fast.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I'll take it.
This is cool. Sarah, you gotta come right here.
Where?
Right here.
Right here?
Yeah.
Wow,
We get this whole little
looks
platform
so
by
nice.
ourselves.
Wow. This
pretty
is so
sweet.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I love this.
I
Look
guess-
how far you can see on the lake. This goes so far.
It's also interesting because there's like this like little gondola thing going all the way to the top, and I think it's just like carrying food or like supplies or like some sort of like maybe the souvenirs that they sell at the top.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what's at the top because that thing has been going back and forth and just is full of stuff.
Yeah.
It's a very cool system though.
Yeah, I like it.
I think my favorite thing about this lake is all the like fingers, you know? Because it was a lake, but it's also like there's a dam that was built, so now areas are flooded. So it has all these little offshoots that look just so cool. I love it.
Oh,
Woo!
Made it.
Woo!
did it. There's so many bugs.
Ugh. Woo! There's so many. Ew. Look at all these bugs.
All right, so this is the top.
Ugh.
A lot of bugs.
Ah. Ugh. Ugh. They just go like in your ears and like in your hair and they don't do anything, but they're just buzzing around. So over them. Ugh. Give me heebie-jeebies.
Okay, the consensus is it's a very beautiful view.
Definitely worth coming up here.
A weird amount of bugs.
I don't know if it's maybe just a seasonal thing or just like even today, because I've never seen anyone else say anything about this, but
Yeah.
definitely the view is worth the almost 700 stairs.
Yeah, that's right. So when I was doing research to like look up how to do Guatape the best way, a lot of people were saying that you get bombarded with souvenirs and like just people yelling at you to come eat at their restaurant or buy some food or whatever, but that has not been the case at all here this morning. We are here at 8:30 in the morning, and that probably helps, and it also helps that we're not actually on a guided tour. The tours that come from Medellin, I think they come with upwards of like 40 people sometimes, and so I'm sure that when 40 people come to the top of this thing, there's a lot of people trying to get their attention, so that's just something to keep in mind, and maybe if you don't want that to happen, then just come on your own.
This is quite the crazy way back. They have like a separate staircase for you to go out, and it's like dark and narrow. No more views. Not allowed.
Not allowed. Guatape is a very nice small town, but it does get quite busy during the days because it's really only a 2-hour drive from Medellin, so a lot of people come here just for day tours.
Yeah, it's absolutely packed during the day. But we actually decided to spend a few nights here, and it's been so nice in the evenings once the buses stop running. There's barely anyone here.
Yeah.
It's super quiet. It's been awesome. So definitely recommend if you have some extra time to spend a couple nights here.
Totally, but we're here just in the square, and it's actually really nice today. Perfect weather. We got the church.
It's so nice.
And I think there's even a wedding going on, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Should we join it? Should we crash
Let's
it?
just crash the wedding.
Let's be wedding crashers.
Well, this is definitely the most colorful town we've been to in Colombia, but I think the most unique part about Guatape are these little Zocalos. So basically what they are is, if you look at the bottom of every wall of every building, there's just like a unique design, and basically they just either describe what the building is about, or maybe they have a family history if it's a house, or they just have, I don't know, just an interesting and fun design. It's just a really cool thing and unique to Guatape. So now we're coming up on probably the most popular street.
By far the most popular street.
In Guatape, and so there are basically just people everywhere.
Wherever there are umbrellas above, there's always a lot of people taking photos.
It's always just like,
that's a little chill.
it's a little better. But man, you are just witnessing Instagram greatness everywhere.
Everywhere. There's people taking photos like all over the street at all moments. So this is actually our Airbnb right here off the main street, which has actually been super fun. I know the street is like crazy busy, but it's kind of fun to be where everyone's, you know, enjoying Guatape, and we just gotta walk out to the main street. So if you are interested in hearing about this Airbnb or other ones we stay at, make sure you sign up for our newsletter because we always send information about that in there.
Mm, 60-cent coffee. It's so cheap here and it's so good. It's awesome.
Also, how funny is this? That's literally our place right there. That's one of the room windows. You can see our shampoo in the little window from the shower. Great location.
That's right. Got my head and shoulders. I don't know if you're into this kind of thing, but for us, this is the best spot for people watching.
We love people watching. This is so entertaining.
It is.
Look at everyone.
Look at them all.
What are they all doing?
They're all just doing stuff.
They're all just doing their own thing, you know? It's just so entertaining when they don't know you're watching them.
That's creepy, Sarah.
Can't help it.
So because Guatape is very touristy, obviously there are tons and tons of souvenir shops. So if you are hoping to get any sort of Colombian souvenirs, this would definitely be the place to get it. There's lots of different bags and ponchos and alpaca things and Guatape things and the rock, of course. And so if you're hoping to get some stuff, this would be a great place to do it.
So one thing we forgot to mention at the top of the rock is that there's actually a big GI painted on the side of it, and you can see it on all these souvenirs here as well. They all have this little GI painted on it, and that's actually because the rock falls perfectly kind of between two towns, El Penol and Guatape. And so there was always disputes over who owned it, and at one point Guatape decided to paint their name on the side of it, but they got stopped partway through, so it just has a little GI. So as I mentioned at the top of the rock, there was actually a dam that was built that is the reason why there's this huge body of water beside Guatape. So it's actually a reservoir and not a lake. But in the process of building that, they actually had to flood a number of neighborhoods here in Guatape and actually a whole town. So I just learned that this street here is called Calle del Recuerdo. So it was built in memory of one of the towns here in Guatape that was completely flooded in the process. So they built it with just like different symbols and different things that used to be in that other neighborhood to just kind of remember that part of the town that was lost. So I just think that's really cool.
And apparently there is basically just a cross left of one of the towns that was flooded. So you can actually go to one of these towns by boat, and all you'll see is this cross hanging out of the water. We unfortunately don't have time to do that, but it would definitely be a very cool thing to do if you were here.
So this is the reservoir that I was talking about. As you can see, it looks more like a lake than a reservoir to me. And it is really fun to explore it. You can rent jet skis, you can rent pontoon boats, you can go on like a party cruise boat. There's so many different ways to do it. We actually ended up renting a little dinky boat with my brother. It cost like $120,000 for 2 hours, and we could just drive this little boat around by ourselves. Pretty slow, it only went like 15 kilometers an hour. But it was like a fun way to just explore the lake and go for a swim. So I would say that's definitely worth it if you have a little extra time here in Guatape to just, yeah, explore the lake while you're here.
That's right.
Or reservoir, not lake.
Okay, $1 million question. Is Guatape worth it?
I would say it is very, very busy,
Yeah.
but 100% worth coming to.
Totally, there's tons of people here, and it would be a very, very long day trip, I think, from Medellin. It would be very tiring, but it is super nice here.
Yeah, if you can only have time for a day trip,
Yeah.
do not miss it on your trip to Colombia. But if you have time for 1 or 2 nights, that's definitely what we'd recommend to get the full experience of the town and the reservoir.
Absolutely, we really do love Guatape. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. You look to your right, okay.
Literally in my mouth. Oh, I cannot. Ah!
Oh, I am way too zoomed in. There we go.
Get me, Eric.
Wow, you look great. I have to make those noises.
I don't know. Is that part of it?
No.
Do it look good? Do you want me to stare at the umbrellas?
Wow. That's so cinematic.